his question is that somebody in his family, his nephew, his parents, he wanted a PlayStation. And his parents said to him that, look, if you score these many marks the standard Indian way, then, then we'll get you a PlayStation. Otherwise, you just play in a station or something. So, no PlayStation otherwise. So at that time, he said, watch me. But he didn't get those marks. And now every day he's nagging and he's saying, where's my PlayStation, where's my PlayStation? Should they or should they not get him a PlayStation? If we have already negotiated something with a child beforehand, then absolutely no need to give in. If you've already negotiated, if that's already been established, that under what condition you will get a PlayStation, for example, then it's all clear. It's not like we forced it. If the child said, yes, I agree, done, tick, then there is no confusion there. A punishment, however small it may be, should not be a surprise punishment. Because that is always open to an argument who's right and who isn't. What maybe they can do is, they can say, listen, we'll give you one more chance. Maybe you can score well this time. But if not, you can keep cribbing about it, keep complaining about it. You're not getting a PlayStation. It's very simple. When I was in Canada, it so happens Amit is here, and he loves Lego. And he can assemble Legos for like hours and hours at a stretch. So I told him, listen, we'll get a Lego for you, but there is a particular piece in piano, a classical piece. If you learn this, you can have your Lego. He said, listen, I will do it. So we got him some Legos. And he said, can I at least put it in the piano room so I can see? So there were 4 different Legos. The deal was he will champion one piece, take one Lego. Champion another piece, take another Lego. And then he started playing. Then he said to me, Swamiji, can I put that Lego down on my piano? So maybe I can touch and I can just see the pieces in it and so on. I said, sure you can. Then he started really toiling to get his piece right. It was one of Mozart's Symphony 40, was it? So he really started working on to get that piece right, and there was a lot of struggle in that. So much so, I said, listen, don't worry, you take the Lego, okay? He said, no. He said, no. First, I will champion this piece, I will play this piece, and when you're happy with it, then I will open my Lego. And I tried a couple of times more. Then one day he told his father, Rajan, in the shower, he said, Dad, Swamiji asked me, I really want to say to him, yes, I want that Lego right away. He lures me. But I sometimes I feel like crying, but I tell him, no, I'm not going to have this Lego. So he finished his piece and then he opened his Lego. If you allow a child to build their willpower, they will thank you later. Because when you say nothing to a child, if you just continue to give in, that's based on the assumption that the child knows what is good for them, him or her, which is not always the case. Because us as a human race, we are designed to constantly just seek pleasure, instant gratification. And adults struggle with it. How much time we spend online in the name of, for example, research or I'm doing something productive. It's all sheer waste of time. In this ashram, for example, I said a simple thing to people, to residents, that please don't gossip. I said, don't have such a high opinion of yourself to think that, oh, I can control myself, I will not gossip. I said, that's not going to happen. I've seen it for 7 years now. Instead, put a little badge or something, or if the other person starts to gossip, tell them, listen, I'm not supposed to gossip. Because it eats away the power of your penance, your tapas, like termite eats away at wood. But it's still so hard. When people meet, they gossip. If even with all the wisdom, education, knowledge, experience, and suffering, if even with all that, you still can't control a simple, basic tendency, then how can we expect a child to be an automaton, to be an android, to be a robot? But most parents make that mistake. Somehow, it's so easy for them to flare up. Ego comes into picture. Hey, I told you to sit down and eat your food. Do it because I told you so. And I saw this scene. Once again, I'm sorry, I have to go back to that example because this guy reminded me of it. One of his tutors comes home. One day she was teaching and he was lying down like this. And he had come from school and she was teaching and he's lying down, he's rolling and he's talking to her and he's answering and so on. And I think PB or somebody said to her, look, he should be sitting. You know, in India, imagine a child doing that in front of a teacher. He was just lying down. And she said, there's no problem at all. He's listening, he's answering my questions. Maybe he's tired, maybe he's come from school. Let him lie down, what's the big deal in it? But in the name of sometimes discipline, parents can be too hard on a child. In Calvin and Hobbes, I read this thing. He said, I don't know what's wrong with my mother. I really can't understand, he said. Every night, when I so want to be awake, she forces me to go to sleep. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. In the morning when I want to sleep, she says, get up, get up, get up. You have to be going out for your school. What a weird world, he said. The situation is exactly reverse. He said, when I want to be awake, I'm forced to sleep. So flexibility goes a long way. And kids are very keen observers. They observe everything. If they are seeing a father or a mother or if an extended family, a particular sibling getting a certain way, by acting like this a certain way or behaving a certain way, they would do the same. It's very simple. Parenting is a lifelong joy. Well, it has many of its upsides, beautiful moments too. But yeah, you don't need scriptures. In one of the discourses I said, never make the mistake of thinking you are raising your kids. They are raising you. They teach you what's good and what's bad, what is acceptable, what isn't acceptable, and so on. Anyway, so I hope I answered your question.